Good evening. It's Thursday, April 9th, 2020, 6 p.m. Central Time in beautiful Lake Geneva. This is the OK Grognard Show. I'm just tooling around on Roll20 while I make pages for an adventure. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by if you're here. I appreciate it. And here's the page I'm working on. I'm going to do a new piece over here. I talked to Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon earlier today about lifting some of his elements to test them out for potential use in Roll20 as backgrounds and whatever else. And let's see. Got to do a little drag and drop here. Let's start with this one. Does that actually work? Maybe it takes a minute to get in there. Maybe. Wait a minute. Is it loading up? Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, let's do it this way. I should probably Okay. So that did work. Then I guess I can try this too. See if it actually works. Might just take a minute for it to load. In the meantime, I don't want to do anything else with that. Heath is in the house. How you doing, Heath? What you up to? Wonder. Wonder if it would work if I joined in there and created an invite and went in here. Toasted hot cross buns for breakfast. Good for you. Good for you. You sat on the stove again, huh? Well, that's an old joke. It's a very new old joke. I don't know what you're up to. I just sent you an invite into a Discord channel. Maybe you don't have time for that. You're probably getting ready to go off to work, I'll bet. But I'm going to be using this Discord channel for now, too. So it's the Grognard voice chat. If you want to join in, feel free. In the meantime, oh, you're home today. All right. Well, pop on over if you have time into that Discord channel, and we'll see. We'll see if your voice comes through on the stream too, because I'm curious if I have the settings correct for doing that. You can help me test something out, even as I'm testing out this other stuff. So I've got these floors in. I think I want to just drag in this. Okay. Is it going to snap? Yeah, it is. Now this is supposed to be 8 by 8. Right? I think it's tuned for that. So I think that puts it at 8 by 8. Is it on the right level? No, it's on the object's level. We can move it to the map layer. Okay, those are not showing up right, so it is not the right size yet. Was it one smaller? Is it one bigger? Is it two smaller? I don't know. That looks like the right size. There it is. Ah, so it is 8 by 8, and the grid matches up now too. That's good. Now we could take this, drop it there. We can copy, paste another one, pop it in right next to it. Scrolling down, paste another one, drop it right there, paste another. Make ourselves a big old encounter area, huh? Now if we've got, we can set this to any size we want. But let's just take advantage of the standard size. Just move these tiles around to fit it. Right? Yep, that does the trick. Another one there. There. Pop another one there. Headphones playing up. Just restarting computer, see if that helps. Okay. Playing up. I guess that's one of those Aussies phrases for they ain't working right. I suppose, huh? Alright, let's get off the map layer. Get on the objects layer. We can zoom out a little bit just to have a look and see what we got here, right? So obviously it looks a little tiled, which is fine. We'll see how that works anyway. It's okay. If we put some other objects out on here, like if we were to I wonder if we could group these. Let's go to the map layer. Can we use the select tool to select all of them? Yep. And then can we group them that way then? Advance, yep, group them. And if we copy them, what if we go to this previous map layer here, and we just drop it on the object layer. It's just going to cover everything, right? Oh, okay. Well, it was... Oh, I see what the trouble is. Alright. Maybe that wasn't properly done, huh? Let's just get rid of it. Try it again. Wow. Okay. Try that again. Now, if we're on... I've got stuff on each of these layers, so I can't really screw around with that. I don't want to mess it up. That's okay. We're just going to play with this one. If I select... Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Try that again in the map layer. If I select, it moves all of them and it keeps them all together. So that's good. Hmm. We have to figure out. Oh, by the way, it is a spotted cow night tonight. I love Australia. It was a gift from my buddy Heath, all the way from way down there. All right, so we can do an outdoor layer. We'll just leave it there. We'll do grass layer. Now if we create another layer, and then we bring in that, I think we gotta zoom in a little bit to figure out what we got going here. So we're gonna object it into the corner. What do we got with is it a 4x4? Yeah, it is. Okay. This is a smaller tile, obviously. You know what? What if we twist this one just to change up the pattern a little bit, right? And then put that one down there. And then turn this one in another direction. Keep this one as it is. This one completely upside down. This one to the left. I'm going to do this sort of randomly, I guess, is the way to keep it from looking too. What if we take all three of those and then paste them all together? Oops, let's go back there. Alright, I think we can, we don't need the dice roller, we'll just take care of that right now. Send the link again? Sure. There you go, headphones on computer now working, says Heath. Send the link again, I'll try again in a few minutes, okay. Gotta finish making that breakfast, I'll bet. Obviously, you can change the size of your page. Alright. Just throw those guys around a little bit. We're just going to make a whole floor. There we go. Alright. Well, are we in the token layer? Which layer are we on? Nope, we're on the map layer. Good. Alright. If that is now the map layer, but we move to GM layer. We can. We can make this whole thing. Can't move it right or left though like that. All right. Now we can draw some shapes. What if we wanted to? It's going to be green. We don't want that. Oops. I gotta select. Right? Alright, we gotta change my color to black so that when I'm drawing, I'm getting what I want. So we could just draw rooms and doors. 20-foot wide hallway. Throw another door at the end as we go. Obviously, under other circumstances, you want this stuff on a map layer. But if you're playing on the fly, is this one not showing up? Did I put that one on the map layer? I did not. Did I put it on the GM layer somehow? I don't think so. Weird. I think it's on the objects layer. I can't seem to select it. Alright, we gotta zoom in. There we go. Just wasn't picking it up for some reason. Alright. Hey, you doing there? Good. You're being funny? You are. You are indeed. You're being very funny. Is this Harrison? Holy cow. So you had a birthday recently. Happy birthday to you. Did you get all sorts? Did you get a nice cake? I love cake. What's your favorite game? How do you play that? Is that a lot of fun? Oh, okay. Good talking, dear. Oh, well, he'll do that. Doing okay. How's it going down there? Sure. Well, that's all right. Oh yeah, I can hear you you just fine. So actually, you had a bit of an echo. Because I wasn't hearing it. Yeah, I always mute my Twitch window when I've got stuff going so I don't get that feedback. Let me see. All right. Premium assets. What do I want? Well, let's just go to free assets. Master essentials. You got all sorts of cool stuff in here. What I need though aren't dungeon tiles. I just need some doors. This is Roll20. Oh yeah. So you haven't been in Roll20 yet, huh? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. I wonder. Mm-hmm. Right. So, what are the dates on that convention? Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. So, what was the actual total attendance? Mm-hmm. So, needing an extra 80 room for 80 more, you gotta. It would be good to double if you can. I mean, such a room to grow. Mm-hmm. Or use the space you got, just invite 25 and make sure everybody's 6 feet apart. That would mm-hmm. Well, that's it's still a ways off. Okay. Hey, give me a mic check. Give me a give me a mic check there. Just count to 20. Okay. Hmm. I can't tell if I've got you at a wrong level, or maybe I just need to adjust the volume a little bit. Okay. Let's try that. We'll see how that goes. Okay. That's fair. No reason you should have to be. All right. I think I'm on this. I don't know. This is all new to me, so I'm kind of trying out some different settings and stuff. I haven't done a lot in combination with Discord and Roll20 yet. But if you were playing right now, you would have your own window open with Roll20. I would be seeing what we're seeing here, and you would have to be seeing a different screen which would not include certain GM elements. For instance, are you looking at Twitch now? Okay. You see these guys here? That's right. These people here are down on a GM level, so I can only see them. If you were on Roll20, you wouldn't see them at all unless I moved them up to the token layer. Absolutely. And then I have to move over to the token layer if I want to move them around. Now you can start off with your own character, and let's say you've got, I don't know, what do you want to be? They can do either. They generally snap to a grid, but you can make them so that they don't. What's your mm-hmm. Name a character type. Okay, so we're going to grab a human and we're going to put him out there. So if this were you, we would take this and we would set it up with a name, and that name might be, let's see, what did we say he was? He's a human mage. We'll call him Wizzo. And then, and then we would type in Heath, and then we would save the changes, and he is now updated Rather, he is now updated, so he's controlled by you. I think we have to make you a player. All right. Well, let's say he's controlled by all players for now. So you would then be able to move this guy around. But you couldn't move this guy. Only I have control of this one. Anything that's not designated, I think, is just controlled by the GM. Right? And then you can just, you want to get everyone's attention. See down here in the lower left where my person is, where I am, my picture, profile picture. Yep. That's right. If you joined in, there'd be another one next to me with you, and we would give you a separate color, and that way when you put pinged on your character, held down the left cursor or left mouse button, you could draw attention with your color to that. Let's see, I change color. Right? So if you wanted to say, well, I'm going to look over in this direction over here. What do I see over there? Then I would let you know what's over there if there was nothing that you currently saw. Or you can go inside the bar. Sure. And you say, I go inside the bar, but I'm going to look over by here to see if anybody's hiding out on the stairway. Or I'm going to check under this table over here. Can I move over there? Sure, you can move over there. Okay, I'm over there now. What do I see under the table? Well, you look under, there's just some peanut shells and a belt buckle. What? Why is there a belt buckle under there? See, now look, I've gone and made an adventure out of it. You can go up and talk to individuals. You can move around. So now this person over here is still actually on the GM info layer. Now you can see it on my screen, but if you were on Roll20 yourself, you wouldn't even see these faded out people. They're back underneath on another layer that's controlled by the GM that players can't see. But then if you come over this way, then I say, well, you can see this person now, so I'm going to take that layer and I'm going to move him from the GM layer up to the token layer. So now that person is there. And I'm going to move this person, who you can see, up to the token layer. And I'm going to move this up to the token layer. But I won't move people you can't see. Exactly. So I would keep them hidden for the time being. Then I go back to the objects layer in my screen. And then those are the people you can interact with. Yeah, some people are faster with it than others. Hey, you're patting them on the head. That's right. Where's my bear? Well, two possibilities here. I may not. When I checked your level earlier, I was trying to make sure I could hear you. So count to 10. You're just coming through very very softly right now. Before you were very loud, so I had to turn it down a bit. Now count to 10 again. Okay, well, I'll have to turn you back down if you're going to keep your voice up. It's up to you. All right. So I'll check the recording later and see how it turned out, and I'll know at that point what to change it around to. All right. Oh, no kidding. Sounds good. I was trying to get a few people together to test out some kind of loose gaming. Let some people wander around in the tavern in Hutchins Hideaway, and then maybe have them find the secret way down to the level below, and then maybe deal with the next level below that too. So, I just kind of created this little simple adventure with a basement and a dungeon underneath a tavern. Something to play around with. Nice. Hmm. Yep. Hmm. 38 minutes, huh? Well, that's an hour and 38. Okay. Yeah, that adds up, huh? Well, that's all right. As long as you're having some fun, right? Right. Yeah, you're. I was looking at that. It's not compiled map adventure creation thing, but you had. You're pretty far along, and you were doing some recaps for people that hadn't been there before. And man, yeah, that's growing quite a bit, huh? Oh yeah, right on. Well, you're documenting it, right? And that's great. You can always now see if you picked up OBS software, you could. That's what I'm using for running this stream on Twitch and also recording it. So I'm got the stream going and I'm recording it for later. And if it's free software, but you can use that and you could replay your videos in your main screen, right? Right. So let's see. Let me just show you something that see if it works, and you tell me if it's nice. Nice. So do you have those videos? Those videos are up on the Antipodean website, actually. Mm-hmm. Are you on Twitch now? Right. So now this little segment, what I've just played here on Facebook while capturing my web screen, is now part of that video. So you can. This is all I'm doing here with this Roll20 thing is capturing this one screen. I've got two monitors up, but I'm capturing this monitor. So whatever's on this monitor, whether it's Roll20 over there, or I've got some images opened up so that I can use those as my opening title screen, right? I've got a technical difficulty screen that I made the other day that I'm very proud of. I've got the schedule for the OK Grognard show. And I've got my closing credits. Right? And I just have those set up and ready to go for the beginning, the end of the uh, video. And mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. It depends on once you start spending more time on it and doing any kind of polishing, and then I think people expect there to be a lot more polishing. You know, if it's just raw, if it's just off the cuff, like the way you do it, people expect it to be that way and everything's fine. But as soon as you say, well, I'm cleaning up this, I'm going to add a title thing or whatever, then suddenly everything else you've done comes under a different kind of microscope. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would make sense. I, yep, there's a chat. There's a chat. Uh, window over here, and there's a dice roller, and if, for instance, I decide to roll a d20, it just shows up over there. And if I want to, yep, everybody has access to this. Some people put cameras on dice and roll regular dice, but I don't care myself. Yeah, I mean, you could do anything. You could just have a camera showing your shoe where you're tapping your foot while you're playing some music. But at what point is it actually useful, right? At what point is it just something that slows it down for no clear advantage? But with this, I can add in +2 to my d20, for instance, and it shows up as +2. And it saves my last 10 dice rolls. So if as a player, I know every time I'm got +2, because it's my roll to hit always is +2. And if I have damage, that's an 8-sider +4 because of the weapon I'm using, and I roll 8 +4, it's saved that too. So the next time I'm rolling to hit and do damage, I can roll to hit. Oh, 16, that'll hit. What's the damage? 8 +4. I just roll the same because I don't have to reset everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right? One of the other things you can do over here as a reminder to yourself is you can type in certain modifiers. So if I know, if I want to put in certain modifiers up here, like I know I'm always going to need +3 to hit, or +6 to hit, or whatever it is, I can change those numbers and just keep them handy on top of the character, and that way I can always see what they are. Or I can keep a running total of my hit points up here. And I don't know if you can see this. Well, you can't, but I'll tell you. Oh, here you go. See how it says 42 right now? If I type +3, it goes to 45. If I type -10, so I'm taking 10 off for damage or whatever, I go down. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you can actually adjust all your delays. There are different places where you can change the settings and adjust delay times and stuff so you can sync them up a little better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's such a thing that in U.S. Radio they used to call a cough button. And you know you're on a delay, but you can hit that cough button and it'll block out 2-3 seconds of sound, and then it'll resync up the audio so it goes back to its proper delay. Right. How does it know what I'm going to say? It doesn't. Well, that's how you learn. I don't know if you remember an artist named Billy Idol. So he had a song, he had a version of Moni Moni that he used to do. And when it would get played at parties, it was common at certain points for people that were dancing and singing along or whatever to yell, "Get laid, get effed," as part of a sort of refrain periodically throughout the song. So I remember in college, we were at a friend of mine's house. He was having a backyard party, and everybody was just getting pretty wild. Even people that normally didn't get wild were getting pretty wild. And there was this young woman there who was pretty straight laced. She wasn't timid by any any measure because she was in the National Guard, and she was a paratrooper, former Army paratrooper, and she was back at college after she got out, and but she was pretty reserved most of the time. Most people, but she was letting loose this night, and that song was on, and it was Moni Moni, and every now and then it was Get Laid, Get Effed, and she didn't realize it, but the police had showed up to tell the guy who owned the place. We were at this guy's parents' house having this party in their backyard, to turn down the music. And he came out on the back porch with the police behind him. They had come to the front door, and then they went through the house, and they came out onto the back porch, and they were standing up there. And I swear the timing couldn't have been worse. Just as he was turning down the music, she was turning around and yelling that out right into the policeman's face. They talked to her for a little bit and realized, who she was, and everybody was just cutting loose. It was part of the song, and I think it helped a lot that she was a reservist, because I think having that in her belt, gave her a little bit of leeway. It was back in the days of Desert Storm. Actually, Desert Shield, I think. It was after Desert Storm. So, there was always the... Now, I was just going to say there was always the possibility she might get called up. So, I think they weren't going to hold her feet to the fire for that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that's the gauge for them as to how well they're doing, huh? Right on. Well, I tell you what, Heath, we're coming up on the 1 hour mark, and I try to keep these recordings to an hour or less, so they're a little easier to upload and to edit, such as I do what little I do. Anywho, stick around, but stick around, and go ahead and say so long to the people that are going to listen to this later. There you go. Perfect. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, everybody who's listening to this. And I'm signing off for the OK Grognard show, but we'll catch you next time.